What's up everybody, Steve here. I wanted to share a quick story with you guys. It's kind of embarrassing. I didn't even know if I was going to post this or not. I grew up in New Jersey, and my father used to take me and my buddy Justin to Atlantic City every summer. We'd probably go, I would say, at least every week to Atlantic City, to the beach there and the Boardwalk. It was always a great time out there. My father would always say, if I can't see you, then you're too far away. And we never really followed that rule because we would run all over that boardwalk. We would go to the arcades, play skee ball. We would go underneath the boardwalk, try to see some bums down there. So it was just different times back then. And we were around 12 years old, and my father, each time he would give us about $10 each so we can go and play in the arcade up there. We would get ice cream and pizza and anything else that we wanted. However, one day we're on the boardwalk and some guy tries to call us over, and there's a lot of people on the boardwalk, and we didn't feel like necessarily that we were in harm's danger, but we did keep our distance from the guy. And he calls us over, and we have distance between him and us. And he says, are you guys interested in buying some gold chains? And we were just like, you know, no. And he opens up his coat and he goes, look, they're worth a hell of a lot more than what I'm selling them for. And I'm like, yeah, right. Like, how much are they worth? And he's like, a lot more. He's like, you could probably sell these for $60, $70, $80. And he goes, I'm selling them right now for $20 each. And back then I was kind of a prick anyway, and I was just like, well, why are you selling them so cheap? Because that doesn't make sense if you're gonna lose money. And he says he bought in bulk, and he bought so many that he has to get rid of in a timely manner, but that we could buy and we could sell them to a pawn shop and probably make at least double our money. So we took the bait. You know, I held the chain, it had the weight, it looked extremely real, and we took the bait. And right around the corner, sure enough, there's this pawn shop there, and me and my buddy Justin, we walk into the pawn shop, and the guy, we said we wanted to sell these gold chains, and the guy just starts laughing at us as soon as he put them in his hands. And he's like, did you buy these on the boardwalk from some guy? And we were like, yeah. And he goes, well, look, they're fake, but what I want you to do is wear them proud, and hopefully you learned a lesson from this. So sure enough, we got our tails between our legs. We walked back to my father on the beach. We spent all of our money, and we had no more money to play any kind of arcades or get lunch or anything, and we were too nervous to even say anything to my father. And Pops, if you're watching this, my bad. But you know what, at 12 years old, I learned a couple valuable lessons. For one thing, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And it's important that everybody learns that lesson, because as a kid, as well as an adult, you're gonna be pitched things in life that are just shady or scammy or high risk. And ultimately, if it is too good to be true, it probably is. And the second thing that I learned is to verify everything. You know, maybe we should have walked over to the pawn shop with that guy and verified that it was real. Or maybe we should have gotten my father for a second opinion. But anyway, make sure that what you are investing, you do the research on, which I think is extremely important regardless of what you're buying or investing into. And you know what? In life, I've made many mistakes as an adult, and unfortunately, I've had to make the same mistake multiple times in order to really sink in, to ensure that I learn certain lessons. And you know, I tend to make decisions very quickly, but I also tend to pivot and change my decisions at just as quickly as I've made them, which has helped me in life in terms of limiting exposure if I know something's not working. So my message to you guys is, for one thing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay to fail as long as you guys are truly learning from those mistakes. And also consider journaling your mistakes, but also your successes. Reflection is a huge part that can be utilized in life. And if you're reflecting on the good and the bad, just kind of like I'm doing on this YouTube channel, where I have disclosed many mistakes that I've made over the years, so you guys can learn from them, hopefully not make those mistakes. But the spoken or written word from people on past mistakes, failures, as well as successes can really help you grow as a person. So anyway, get out there, buy some fake gold, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.